People are so self-interested.
Damn it.
People don't give a shit about people unless they fit, unless, you know, they're one of them. That's why I try to stay away from other people in IOL outside of my family. I'm just really disgusted by people. I'll sit there and talk about humans like I'm not human myself.
Be gone. Leave me be, whoever you is.
I used to like people, but I'm still damn shaded. I don't care. I won't hurt anybody. I'm not gonna go on my way to hurt anybody, bother anybody, unless they bother me or somebody I care about, because then I will beat the hell out of them. Otherwise, do whatever you want. Say whatever you want, because words don't mean anything.
Aye.
Not to me anyway.
It's over. All's past, never to be restored. I'll not forget that ever.
I always tell people, don't take my niceness as a weakness, because you'll regret it. Just like anybody.
Looking for a man named Hendrik, supposed to live in this village.
Aye, he did. No longer. They nabbed him in that hut. If you'd have
You know,
heard the cries,
you have so many people that
heard how
do
a
bad
man
things.
can scream, how he can suffer.
But you know one thing, though? That's why I like it where I live now. Like, the only person I know here is me. Well, obviously, it's just me. And then I know I have my old lady, soon to be kid in a few months, and then her family. Her family's actually, her immediate family's pretty all right. And I had a couple of friends. My friend Terry, he was in the army. He recently passed. He's old. I've known him for like a long time when I first came here. Unfortunately, I known him for like 20-something years. Unfortunately, he passed away. So that's like the only person I really hung out with, because he and I were the same wavelength.
Tell me what happened here, step by step.
But I learned how not to be overly trusting. I mean, I want to be able to trust people, but I have a saying. I don't know where I got it from. To give trust without merit invites trouble.
Thought to myself,
I don't know where I heard that before. But I think it's it's very applicable, especially today. Anyways, what you do, you know. I got a neighbor across the street. I talk to him sometimes, but most of the time he just keeps to himself. And then the neighbors across the street that way, and the neighbor across the street that way, they keep to themselves. Oh, that's the wild hunt. But I mean, bring you food and you're really good people. I couldn't accept the food because I wouldn't want to be rude by telling them I don't like their food, the cooking or whatever. That's my own personal issues though. I'm a super picky asshole when it comes to food. They bring great food. I don't know. I also don't trust people. I don't know if they keep their hands clean and stuff like that. Not saying that your neighbors don't, but I don't know. I get plenty of food from my lady's family though. My lady's mom and dad both love to cook,
yet the village froze
and they good. They good at it.
Winter.
They're very good.
They rode off.
No.
They gave me a run for my money.
Foot there. Never.
Farewell, and peace of mind to you.
That's nice that you got somebody who can help you. You got people that care, you know. That's very uncommon. That's very uncommon. Oh, it's a professional kitchen. Yeah, they're, for the most part, they're pretty strict about that. Although, oh man. Do you have any? You said you have a son, right? Does his son live close to you?
Shit.
What? He said shit.
Tortured him. Maybe they missed
Is
something.
this with you? Well, I'm glad you got a close relationship with your kid. He's lucky though. He's lucky because he still, you know, he still has you, and gets to have that relationship.
Need to check his pockets.
That's good on him because
Trousers are stiff.
a lot of children don't
to dry
anymore.
midwinter.
So I respect him for that.
Maybe hid something in
Hopefully
his jacket.
my kids love me too, but and I annoyed them, but like, Dad, don't worry. You get too old, you can't wipe your ass. We'll take care of you. Well, I said, thank you, Pops, my daughter. Thanks you. I love you too. He's one. I'm glad to hear that though. It warms my heart to hear that because, yeah, you know.
Should check his boots. Blood congealed. Key hidden in his boot.
You know, another thing I'm glad about Eyes is
Nearby,
my baby sister and I. My baby sister and I, we buried the hatch. We buried the hatchet. We're best friends now, and I'm so thankful. Because she's probably the only family outside of my own little kids, own little, I guess you could say, and Claire, that's in America. Well, my uncle too, but he goes back and forth between here and there. He was there when you took care of your mom and helped you care then. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I know I haven't met you in person, but I think you're good people there, Miss Adelaide. And it's so badass. You're 70 years old. You playing Elden Ring. You're being sassy to old quicks. That's awesome, though. I'm gonna be like you when I get 70. I'm gonna be playing video games, and if Twitch still around, I'll be streaming. I don't care if I have 1 viewer, 10, or whatever. I love doing this, man. But I think that video games are actually kind of good. Like, I think they're like, because a lot of games require you to like learn, keep a track of all these different things, and I think it's very good, like very good mental, like hand-eye coordination and mental like exercise. Plus, also, I think that as you play like certain games, I feel like certain games they'll test your metal, but you know it helps you, like it's good for young people too. Like, you know, you can help like your brain like process things, maybe find different ways to approach a challenge. You know, there's some people out there who play video games. They got so many clever like ways of approaching the same thing. Okay, let's meditate. There's some games out there that have some really zingers for puzzles. Wait. I guess that wasn't long enough to wait. Okay. You really believe that because your son was driving, and if you'd been driving at the time, the accident might have been a lot worse. He avoided so many things. You know, I've actually heard people say, like, someone said, okay, I got in an accident, or I recently got in an accident, that's why in this condition I'm in right now. And then someone actually had the nerve to say, but you know, maybe you should be a better driver. I said, well, first of all, shut up. You don't know you don't even know the circumstances of the situation. And most time I say, you know, it's not so much you the driver, it's about the people around you. Like, you can be the best driver in the world, you can be, you know, but still have shit happens, but also stupidity happens. The harvester blades could have decapitated us. You avoided a telephone pole and well, damn, that's crazy. Irrigation, he jumped the irrigation ditch. Oh, that's pretty badass. Not to mention, you know, respect for him actually being able to function in a very intense situation like that. High stress and everything. Oh, what am I doing? He's probably in the top 1% of people who should be driving. I kept saying was mom, mom, mom. He was so worried about you. Aw. Not to make light of it, not to make fun of it, but I was a mama's boy, because like my dad died when I was 7, and then I lost my mom when I was young. But the whole time I had with my mom, like after my dad died, you know, I became best buds, and I always see as sad because I didn't know my dad, you know, before he had did the military stuff. I just kind of knew, I only knew him because after like Vietnam broke him and stuff like that. That's how my dad came from Ireland to America. And then he wanted to be an American citizen. He wanted to stay here. Anyway, but I didn't know that side of my dad, and my mom would always tell me. But I always, you know, tell my mom these weird, whacked out stories and stuff. Also, that I looked up to my mom though. Always be willing to help other people and stuff like that. And she was strong. She was a strong woman. But a kid should be concerned of their parents.
Gotta be a space under this rubble.
But you know, regardless of the situation. Oop. But I'm very glad that you're still here with us, because it's locked. Oh, I'm glad I got to meet you. I'm glad that my friend Kesman introduced me to Quicks. I met you and quite a few other good people there. And I want to go meet Quicks though. I've met a few people. I met a few people and that I met on Twitch. Because one of my good friends, I need to go hang out with him again in stream. We used to meet up like, well, we met like every other week in the weekends. And I had somebody give me a PC before, and like, because I had a laptop and it was dying, but I got to meet him and his old lady. I just met them through a game called Marvels on stream, and actually hung out with them a few times. Got cute kids. Let's say the youngest one. The youngest one's she's so adorable. Missing Tamara Stringer, daughter of the Bloody Baron. Presumed kidnapped. Healthy reward for whoever finds her or brings her in. Why was that down here though?